Today we're going to solve this quadratic equation using square roots. I'm trying to solve this equation for x. Right now, x is being multiplied by 6, then it's adding 2. That entire expression is then being squared, plus 4 should give us the 28. I want to undo all of these operations so I can get back to the x. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 4 from each side. That's going to leave me with the quantity 6x plus 2 squared equals 24. I would really like to be able to subtract 2 right now, but I can't because the expression is being squared. So it's kind of locked down until I get rid of this power. To undo the power of 2, or square power, I'm going to take the square root of each side. They're inverse operations. They cancel. And on the left-hand side, I'm left with 6x plus 2. Now on the right-hand side, I have to be careful. Whenever I take a square root and I'm solving an equation, I have to account for the positive and negative possibility in my answer. When you square a negative, you get a positive. And when you square a positive, you get a positive. So whenever we're doing even roots or squaring, we're going to have this plus or minus as a part of our answer. Now, the square root of 24, you have to reduce that, if possible. So I'm going to look at my perfect squares, 4, 9, 16, 25, and I think I can stop there. I'm not including 1 just because it's not going to really help us break this down. 25 is too big, 16 is too big, 9 doesn't go in. I'm sorry, 16 doesn't go in. 4, though, will go in 6 times. So 4 times 6. The square root of 4 is 2. So really, the square root of 24 breaks down into 2 root 6. Okay. Now I have where I can subtract the 2. So I'm going to subtract 2 from each side. That's going to leave me with 6x equals, I can't really add these or subtract these because they're not like terms. So I'm going to put the minus 2 out in front and then write the plus or minus 2 root 6. Okay, I can't add these, so I'm going to leave it just like that. I'm still working on trying to solve for x. So I'm going to divide each side by 6. And now I need to simplify this expression. When I divide by 6, I'm not just dividing the negative 2 by 6, I'm also dividing the 2 root 2 by 6. So I'm going to split this up and simplify where possible. Let me just draw an arrow right here. Okay. So this is going to be x equals negative 2 over 6. That's easy. That's negative 1/3. Plus or minus. Now, I know you might be tempted to cross these 6's out, but you can't. This guy has a radical, and this guy doesn't, so you can't do that. But this 2 and this 6 would also make a 1/3. So I'm just going to call that root 6 over 3. I'm not going to write the 1 out in front here. I don't need it. 1 times anything is just the thing back again, so I'm just going to leave this as a root 6. And that is your final answer. I know it's not a pretty answer, but when you graph these parabolas that we're getting ready to do, that just means that these zeros aren't happening at perfect rational numbers. So they're not happening at like 1 and negative 1. They're happening at like the in-between areas. So maybe here and here, and then you would draw a parabola, but we'll get to that later.